is Black Series Edition LLC and Crystal Edge Technology Streams. Let me get here. This idiot over here carrying on my account, crying in my account. Always crying in my accounts. Gee whiz. So, I got to take apart a power supply. So we can get parts out of it for our nuclear jungle we're going to be working on. Let me see what we got going on here. Let's see. They're fighting something over there. Let me see. I'm looking for something here. First, let me turn this off. And let me grab this here. Let's get rid of these right here. Okie doke. All right, back to work. Yeah, somebody requested to slow the video down, which we did. Because when you slow the video down, it shows the transition screen. That's how you know. Put the video on slow, and when it changes over, the screen will actually show exactly what color it is. It happens all the time. It's a very easy way to figure out what color the screens are. So that screen's gray. Same color as before, as we saw, but it's a gray screen. You have to slow videos down to do it. So when the video transitions to the next frame, it'll actually show the color of the actual screen. That's how they know. Experts do this. This is what they do. If you're claiming to have something, your screen's a color that it is, what they'll do is they'll slow the video down. So when your screen transfers over, the projector basically cuts off for a couple of seconds, like a split second. You won't see it. You have to slow it down to do it, to see it. And when you slow it down, you'll see it go back to the original form, and then it'll show the image as the transition goes through. So when you slow it down, you'll watch the screen change slowly, and it goes to the original form of what the screen looks like before the projector is hitting it. See the top where you see this is the frame right here? Yeah, the screen's gray. That's what I told you, it's a gray screen. It's doing the same thing. That's why he did the whole demonstration in the dark. That's why. People only do, all the demonstrations I've watched, and so many demonstrations on people trying to show contrast levels, every single one of them are done in dark environments because the contrast levels don't read correctly. That's why they have them in the dark, to try to improve contrast levels. Everybody does that. If you don't have a screen that can't read in the full lit environment that pulls actual black, you turn your lights out. That's what they do. So in order to get the contrast levels to shoot up, they have to be in the dark. That's why if you have a black screen, there's nowhere in the world you're supposed to be in a dark environment because you are contrast itself. There you go. So how they find out if your screen's gray or not, I don't care if you're in the dark, it still pops up because in the transition of changing from one image to the next, a split second, your screen actually goes back to the original form. You can see it for what it really is. And that's how we know. That screen is gray. I've been doing this for years, people, for years. I know all the tricks. I know every last one of them. There's so many red flags you can hide. So yeah, the screen is gray. As we told you. And if he had sold this screen, claiming it to be black, and some customers, like I said, he's a stage customer, which means somebody they found out, and he would do the demonstration for him. He's a stage customer. He's not a real customer. He's a stage customer. Any other customer would have turned on the lights because it's supposed to be a black screen. You would have saw the paint down demonstration, something. There were no paint down demonstrations. Did you notice the YouTube channel doesn't have any paint down demonstration? It just shows that screen in the dark, faking the demonstration, which means he's a stage customer. He's somebody who bought the product to make his product look good. That's why. They figured if they had one customer viewing it, somebody showing it, the screen could basically look like it's black, they can get away with doing the stuff they're doing. No. You talk Bluetooth. We should Bluetooth. But anyway, they talk about somebody's been around for a very long time. I developed light technology. You can go back to my videos and show that we're the first ones to actually engineer that stuff. So again, I know all the tricks. I've seen them. You're not the first black screen I've run across. I've run across so many different versions of black screens, it's not even funny. Your screen is gray. Right there. It shows it's a gray screen. In the transition, got to slow it down to around 0.25. So in that transition, your screen goes back to the original form, and then it changes back over to the next frame. Your screen is gray. Over here. This is what that guy did. He wanted to actually start messing around here. This is not on. We're not going to plug it in ever. We just need parts from it for our generator that we're building, for our power supply, power unit. We need some parts that look actually something like, oh, that would look pretty nice right there. That's what nice right there. Let's see. No, you don't go in and use this. Once you go inside of it and take your parts out, do not plug it back in, because you will find out the hard way. Ever heard that term, mess around and find out? Yeah, you definitely will find out. Don't touch any of this stuff. You're trying to plug it back in. We just need some of this to turn into a reactor. All right, well, we got all the cool parts in there, man, to turn this into something really cool. This is going to have to be individually painted to give it a more realistic effect, because right now it looks too real. What I mean, it looks too real. I need to give it a kind of like, you know what I'm talking about. I need to look different. I don't want it to look like this. I need to look different. So we have to repaint all this in here. I like these two fans they have on each side. Fans we can actually run power through with no problem. But I want to take these out. These are 30mm fans right there. Those small ones. These are nice. Actually, these are the ones we put on the nuclear sub right there. About that size right there. If you can see that. That's what we're going to be using. Okay, let me get in here and see. Do we need this? All this? We need this? We can just take this whole thing out. I just need those guts. That's what I need. That's what I want. Look good. You got weed back there. This is why I need to get those glasses. You can get those glasses he had. Let's see what the heck I got to park back there. So we're gonna get to. You don't want to lock in there. You're right there. I can really see you. There we go. This is why I would go to thrift stores and buy radios and stuff, because all those parts in there, man, made fantastic props. It's your grounding line right there. Good way to get electrocuted, baby. Oh, this thing's been off for a while, so I'm good. I run them old-fashioned TVs, man. They had that big old red cable that would snap onto the tube. Boy, man, if you mess around, this will hold a charge for a bit, like a month. They could still hold a charge. You can still be electrocuted and killed by a TV. Oh, we got to take these out right here. I got to get me some tools, man. Some PC tools for cutting stuff. I need some wire cutters. That's what I definitely need. I need some wire cutters. Over here for a minute. I gotta cut this real quick. Let me get myself some wire cutters. That's what I want. It could have been worse. Could ask you on the angle gain, all that stuff, because, you know, definitely got to show that off. You have to take that camera, turn it to the side, and show the viewing angle on that. Distance throw demonstration, low lumen demonstration, all that stuff. Certified screen demonstration. There's a whole lot of demonstrations you have to do. And again, they don't work on ultra short throws, so I don't even know how that would even work, because you're going to have to run ultra short throws. Literally in every application you go to, everybody has ultra short throws hooked up to something. So you're going to have to be ultra short throw compatible. Alright, probably going to use this for something. That's our pile of scraps right there. Dude was like, I went into the power supply and disconnected. Like, you have lost your marbles going in there. Heck no. You don't need to take all that off. You just leave it the way it is. You ain't gonna do anything if you remove the fan off. You don't do anything. Fans don't stop running anyway. Fans stop running anyway. They don't continue to run. Oil clogs all that up. Power supply can still run. That's not a problem. Just only the fans. Fans are just there to keep it cool. That's all. But our new cooling rod system that we're going to design, that right there is going to change the game. We're doing something different. And then later on, I'm going to build me another one. And build me another cooling rod system using copper piping and stuff like that. Or a coil system I'm going to design. They're basically designed with a heat sink block on it, so I can basically connect the water cooling to it. I can drop these rods in and cool the system out even more. So that's the experiment what we're doing right now. Seeing if basically we can cool the PC by basically putting it on that copper block and dropping it in. But if it works, I'm actually going to build me another system. It does call it a little welding. So my buddy is teaching me some welding. I know a little bit, not enough to be big stuff, but enough to build that. So I'm definitely going to build me a kind of a radiator system that's designed to basically cool down vegetable oil. Not too much. If you want it too cold, it's going to turn into jello. You don't want that. But just enough to be able to some of that heat that's dispersing up the motherboard or whatever, as it's wrapping around to cool it down a little bit. Because there's no place for it to go once you do that process. Heat has to travel somewhere. Any flatheads in here? What is that? The knife. I tell you, I have used this knife for just about everything, man. This is the best utility knife I've had so far. I don't carry it on me because it's too big. Can't have one. It's way too big. But anyway, for everything else, yeah, I got it for work. Right there. But it works quite nicely. It's cold steel. Let me organize. It's what I want, it's what I want. It's what I want, it's what I want. This is why when I tell people that do demonstrations, we're not threatened by your videos. We're not. We've been here for too long. We have far more experience. Not threatened by anything that you do at all. But for some reason, I don't know why, send me emails thinking that this video is supposed to impact my life, and it doesn't. Let me ask you a couple of questions. If you're writing stuff on your page, you should know exactly what you're writing, and you should know how to answer on any question someone's going to give you on your product. If you can't answer those questions, then you're going to have problems. Oh, come on. Really? Wasn't all that? My mom just fell over. You don't need this. Before you cut that. You're a jerk 24/7. You know that, right? He does some jerky stuff. Cats always do something jerky. All right, let me see. Put this back up where it was. I said before, and I said it again, if you mind your own business, you stay in your lane, don't mention my company's name, you don't have to go through that kind of embarrassment. I literally said that yesterday, did I not? I told you the outcome of going against my company is not a good thing. If you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing, you'll be out. We'll find out. I don't care what you hide, we're going to find out. Mary had this conversation yesterday. Simple conversation. But everybody thinks they're smarter than the next person. We won't figure it out. Oh, that's for the powers for the fan there. All right, I am going to cut you up and re-put you back together. Because it's making it extremely difficult for me to yank this out. And you just need 3 parts. That's basically about it. Taking apart the PS5 or something like this. Come on, people. Not time to marry yet. Not that I'm going to work on you yet. This is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Not too big. Not too small. I like this right here. I want to put a light system through this thing too, to make it look like it's powered up. This is a nice piece right here. This is the power supply for the Dell. This is real nice. So we're going to have to paint this up, give a nice design to it, and then we're definitely going to have to run some EL trace through it. Make it look it's all powered up. And this is where it involves magnifying glass and little tweezers to be able to run all that little optic fiber through here to get all this to light up quite nicely. All these transitions will be done with the high fluorescent glow in the dark paint so it all charges up. We'll do it in a cold blue. That'll be perfect. So now we got another part for our power supply plant. Power supply plant right here. This is what I'm going to be doing on my PC. Well, not only that, I have to actually paint the PC case because the whole thing, the outside, all has to be done. We have to convert that black into a nice kind of relic brown. Brown, bronze, and well, we need light brown, light tan. We need brown, and we need bronze with black. We need that 3-color combination to get that nice look to it. And the power supply is going to have to be painted and all that. So how I want to do my power supply is we're going to basically cover all the corners with cardboard, and then we're going to take tape and we're going to rip into the cardboard. So basically, it's a nice little rough relic look, paint right over top of it. I'll show you how to do all that. It's going to be quite nice to do all that for the power supply. Then all the cables and everything have to be done with they make a wood paint, well, not wood paint, a wood tape. They make the cheaper ones, but we want the good one. It actually feels a little bit more like wood, and we're going to wrap all of these up so it looks like it's actually sticks or vines or whatever, and we're going to wrap vines around them. All the vines are going to be painted so everything all blends in real nicely. That's what we're going to be doing. That power supply, taking it apart. Well, not this one. We're not taking that apart. Oh, heck no. But yeah. This is my hard drive. My hard drive over there. This right here. So I was going to swap this out and then find out it's 500 watts, and the 3050 is only going to require 70 watts of power. So we have more than enough. Okay, what's going on with the monitor? I know this thing didn't broke when it just fell back one time. It didn't drop it anywhere. What am I hooked up to? Let me see. Yeah, we are hooked up here. Okay. figure what's going on with the monitor. Why the monitor has decided to stop working for me. Okay. You got 4 more games today. Steam's having a big sale, so I'm here doing some shopping on the big sale. Dragon Age. I didn't get the first Dragon Age. Definitely gonna be getting this because I got the flight stick all ready to go over there. For that, I'm gonna definitely grab this. That's where I bought my flight stick out. This, I just downloaded. This is multiplayer online. Can't wait to get into this. And it's free. And it's free, baby. Yeah. Just added to my library. Just uploaded it. Actual gameplay. This is going to be insane. So these are the free games. Let's see if we got anything we're going to be buying in here. Nope. All free maps. So guess what? Yippee-ki-yay. I think I may basically download. I can't swear. I hate this internet sometimes. I might just download all the games from my console here. And the reason why, I tell you why, because again, you know, the fact that they can cut the server anytime they want to, and the fact that you have to switch over to a new system. So say I play that game, I'm playing it, and they decide to cut the PS4. I got it on here. All my games literally from my PS4 are on the PC now. All of them. This is free play. I'm not playing for any online subscription ever. And it's free games on here on top of that. I don't get free games on my... They give you free games. They give you a free game because maybe some promotion or Christmas maybe once in a while. They give you some DLC free games. That's basically about it. But you get actual serious titles on here that are free. So yeah. And again, you don't require, for people saying, oh, you have to have high-powered parts to run PC games. No, you don't. Literally do not. You could run this right here. It runs up Windows 7. Literally. i7, that's a low-grade card. Which one right there? Easy to run, 16 gigabytes, easy. Graphic card, a 1070. I got 1050s on here. That's it. So basically, I can't even run it at 1050, but at minimum settings, yeah, I could run it at minimum settings. Even minimum settings look incredible. I just need a GTX 960, and that's nothing. So mine's a 1050. But as I'm upgrading to the 3050, that's more than enough to run whatever I want on here. And you can play a majority of most of the games on here on the 3050. A 4060, you can run everything on here with a 4060. Everything. You don't even need a 5090. A 4060 will run everything on here. Even VR applications will run off these machines. The only thing I have to do this one in VR, the Nuclear Jungle, I just have to basically, 16 gigabytes is good. We're going to do 32. And basically, we got enough hard drive space. And we just need an i5 to run the Quest 3 needs an i5. An i5 is only requested for the PlayStation VRs. So I got i7s going in mine. My i7 is going to cost me like $53 for the i5, and the graphic card is going to cost me $170. That's it, and I can run VR. That graphic card does 8K. The 3050s do 8K. They can easily run a 4K application, easy. Bro, I'm gonna have a ball with this, man. These are the kind of games I like. Run, fast, pass, games, jump, leave, all that other crazy stuff. I mean, blow stuff out. I love games like this. We do move that fast. Yep. So when people are saying, oh, but GTA, please, PC games don't even require that much power. I know GTAs don't require that kind of power in the day. You're not running it off your PS4. Heck no, it's not going to happen. It requires a different, it requires a, what's the graphic card it required for? It's not a big graphic card it's required, but like I said, a 4060 can run it easily. And a 4060 is a $300 card compared to the 4090 and the 5090. You're talking about $1,800, $2,500 card, which I find was not going to be $5,000. But seeing Under the Wave on here, now I'm thinking, like, if I do Under the Wave on there and I get really caught up into this game, and again, my system's old. My system's like over there, it's like 11 years old, you know. They said they're not going to cut the system, but still, do I really want to invest in anything, downloading any more games on a system that basically, again, is definitely going to become obsolete sooner or later? It should have been obsolete a long time ago. So, yeah, no. And that's one of the things you'll start thinking about. Well, I don't know. How would they do that? If you're doing digital download, you're going to be able to transfer your digital download. You can do digital transfers already from the door. But that's interesting that they make all your games all digital download. That means the backwards compatibility would be on every system. I don't know. I don't see why it won't be. Your systems would be definitely backwards compatibility. Easily. Because it's a digital download. Just transferring your data from one system to the next. Unless you got some kind of copyrights in there, they won't allow you to do it. That's the only way. But other than that, yeah, you should be able to do it no problem. So I think what people I know that are caught up on optical discs, at the end of the day, you're going to have to let it go, baby. Let it go. Let it go. Because, again, as I said before, but the only downside about digital depends on how many games will allow you to play online only. Which means you reach the area of DRM. So how many of your titles will be online and how many of your titles will be offline? That's another problem you're going to run into with that, being digital all the time. And then your connection speed, too, actually plays a part, too, on how long it takes you to download games. We already experienced that one already. And basically how well your games are going to play. On top of that, it affects your frame rate, too. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting to watch. Till then, I'll just be here on PC doing this stuff. Excuse me. So I have advanced my library. I remember the PS having the. I'm curious. I've never even asked that question before. How many games can you load up on the PS5 Pro? 40 to 50 games. Wow, that's a big improvement from the roughly. Let me see, the PS5 Pro. 2 terabytes, but actually you're not getting 2 terabytes. And why do they keep saying that? Because your system operation comes in, OS comes in, it takes away from that. So you really don't have 2 terabytes. Holds roughly 40 to 50 games depending on the game size. You know, your systems are 2 terabytes. Yeah, both of these are 2 terabyte systems. The hard drives are 2 terabytes. Okay, glow all of this thing. See if I'm not. Yep, 2 terabytes. These are 2 terabyte hard drives. So, same upgrade you guys got on your Pro that you're raving about. Yeah. Bingo, over there. And if you say, but that's not it still runs the same, the M2 and all that. For me, they still feel like they still run the same. I don't have any problem with the lag or none of that. Never have. I don't get that one. You get a good internet connection, which again, I got to upgrade to our new one. Because this right here we have here is nice for what I got to get set up. But once I get these games up and going, I need something really, really super, super high speed. And Verizon got a 10G network. And I'm like, yep, I'm looking at that. So that's what I'm working on once we get everything built. But right now, we're using it for right now. It does its job. But anyway, yeah, that's 50 games. Let me see. Let me see. We're gonna do. Actually, those are 10 terabyte hard drives. I need a 10 terabyte hard drive. 10 terabyte hard drive. What do they want for one? That's 8 terabytes for $133. Yeah, it's jacked up, ain't it? You guys pay how much for it? Because I told you, they did y'all dirty. They put M2s in your system. How much money do M2s cost for 8 terabytes? A lot of money. You don't have to have a solid state drive the game. You don't have to have one. People want one, but you don't have to have one at all, period. But the way they set your board up was y'all didn't get an option. See, we have options here. That's an option right there. So if I want to run 8 terabytes off this, this cost me $133 for 8 terabytes. That's it. But if this board didn't come with these and it only came with that M2 stick in there, I'm in a lot of trouble because that means that's going to cost me more money. Because if I want to do 8 terabytes, that's going to cost me $1,000 to do it for my PC. But because it has that option there, it allows me to do only $133. That's why they should have gave y'all both of them. Because not everybody is going to be able to afford $1,000 or $350 for a for your whatchamacallit, for your 4 terabytes on there. And if you say, well, there's other cheaper, ones at the end of the day, I really wouldn't go getting something cheap. If I'm dealing with something that involves my memory for my system, I think I'm gonna spend some good money on that part. That's not something I want to go cheap on. And you'll find out why. Cheap hard drives are cheap hard drives. When you get really crappy hard drives, like the ones with the disc, they make a grinding noise, like something's chewing metal inside of it. Those are crappy drives. Yeah, but you don't have disc on yours, but still, you can have all kinds of problems. None of the things overheat, so you better make sure you got some good heat spreaders on them. Because judging by what I've seen, and when they did the unboxing, it had a metal bottom, it had a metal top, and if you got no heat spreaders, well, guess what? Cook away. But anyway, yeah, I can switch up. That's why I saw one of the PCs, they had M2 solid state drives in there, but they had backup drives in there too, like 10, 20 terabytes in there. I'm like, shoot, that's what I'm going to do. And I think what I'm going to do is with the M2, I'm going to make that for system updates. That's basically about it. We'll do maybe about 4 terabytes for that. And then, 4 terabytes for that. And then for the backup, for just downloading our games, we're going to put in these big boys. But I want a 10 terabyte on my system. I want 10 terabytes. Can we get 10 terabytes? Oh, 10 terabytes. Boom, 10 terabytes. $192. That ain't bad. That is not bad. No, we got 10 terabytes over here for $149. Ooh, anybody can beat that price? $149. $149. I think I'm gonna take the $149 to get this one here. So that's 10 terabytes at $149. That means if I come close to $1,000 or $800, maybe $600 for your stick. If I get 2 of those, that'll be $300, and that'll roughly give me 20 terabytes of hard drive space to play around with. That's a lot of room to play around in. There's no way that I'm going to eat through that. Virtually impossible. If I decide to do 450, I have 30 terabytes to play around in. Plus the additional 4 terabytes for the OS. That's why I felt that they should have did that with your system. If they knew the OS was going to eat that much to begin with, they should have gave you some dedicated memory just for the OS only, and it gave you straight 2 terabytes to play around with. That'd have been real nice. But trust me, 50 games ain't nothing to laugh about. That's a lot of games. That's a lot of freaking games. Does anybody have more than 50 games in their do they have more than 50 games on that system to download? How many games are on the PS5 Pro? Has over 50 games. 50 games plus. So you got 50 games plus. So, yeah, you would not have enough to complete the entire library. But then again, who's going to buy the entire library? Let's be realistic. Who's going to sit there and say, I'm going to buy the whole entire library, even the games that suck? No one's going to do that. So you're really not going to, you're not going to, in a down a period of time, you're going to accumulate over 50 games. I know that because I've done it. I've accumulated over 50 games easy. That's easy to do. Easy to do 50 games. I used to shoot, especially you doing maybe 3 games a month. I do around 3 games, 3 to 4 games a month. I download a lot of games. So, yeah, half of them I don't even play yet. I haven't played it, just download them just because they're there. We'll get around to it later on. We all have done that. Buy games for the sake of just buying games. Let's see. It depends on how many games you're downloading. Let's see. The PS5 console can play over 8,500 PS4 games. And yeah, you got the PS4 games still on top of that because they do have both. You can play the PS4, the PS1, all those games on it too. So you're going to need room for all that. But then again, like I said, who's going to really have... That's a lot of games. 50 games is a lot of games. You're not going to be playing that much. Most people don't even have time to play one game. Honestly, to tell you the truth. I mean, when you're young, you can game every day, but the problem is you can game every day, but you don't got the money to basically pay for those games. And now as you get older, which is kind of jacked up when you think about it, you really don't have the time. You got the money, but you can't play the games. You don't have the time. See how crazy that is? Unless you're rich, that's another thing around it. But other than that, it's interesting. When you're young, you don't have the money, but you got the time. And when you're older, you got the money, but you don't got the time. That's crazy how life is, isn't it? That's why you get a couple hours off just to do a little gaming, because your time is spread between your family and whatever, so on and so forth. I don't even have family. I just got a cat. My buddy, that's still considered my family at the end of the day. They got his back turned like, how dare you? Anyway, and I still ain't got time to game like that because I'm always building and working on something. I run a company. I barely once in a while get a chance to game on something. I just really technically got back into buying some games because I've been busy. But yeah, that's kind of interesting when you think about that. Yeah, you got the money, but you ain't got the time. And you got the time, but you ain't got the money. Isn't that interesting? Unless you're born rich, then you got both. You got time and money. But for most people, it's one or the other. That's pretty cool. 50 games is really, really good. It's better than basically on the PS4. PS4 can only do like only 27 games on 1 terabyte. But then like I said, it depends on the size of the game too on top of that. But still, we got plenty of room. 50 games. November the 3rd. Let me see. How long will the optical drive last for the PS5 Pro? PS5 Pro, no optical drive. Sony adopts to make completed console. Let's see. Opted to make the completely digital console. Require users to purchase separate discs. Curious. Why did Sony remove the optical drive on the PS5 Pro? Sony removed the optical drive on the PS5 Pro to give players more choices. Well, that ain't more choices if you move the drive. I think you would have more choices if you kept the drive on. Allowing them to purchase separate disc drives if they want to play physical games. Oh, that's just so backwards on so many levels. That's not more choices. More choices would have been adding the drive to the system, so that way you have more choices whether you want to go disc or you want to go digital. Oh wow, let me tell you something. When you run a business, you can read through this nonsense. You can literally see it. You can read right through it. You could read through this crap. You run business. You see enough of this fake campaign crap at the end of the day. You see it. Some people don't see it because again, you don't run business at the end of the day. You might not pick it up. But that is so freaking jacked up right there. So Sony removed the optical drive from the PS5 Pro to give players more choices. Wouldn't that help if the disc was on the system? Wouldn't that give you more choices? It's not more choices. You have to pay for that other choice at the end of the day. That's not more choices. That means I got to pay you more money. Gee, that's kind of jacked up when you think about it. I mean, you were getting it free all that time. You were getting that part free all that time. And now you got to pay for that part. They're making extra money off a drive that came with the system for free from the beginning. Gee, that's jacked up. I hope Xbox doesn't do that dumb nonsense, because that's pretty messed up when you think about it. So you've been getting the disc all the time. I can see they were charging you for the disc since the PS1, PS2, PS3, and PS4. You had to pay for the disc, but that's not so. You got it for free. And they're talking about the reason why they removed it to give you more choices. No, basically they make extra money off a part that they were giving you for free anyway. Because they're making an extra $80 or $100 off of it, including tax. No, $80. And then when you add tax into it, it's probably roughly about $100. But they're making extra money off that. So that means all that time when you were getting the disc system for free, right? They were thinking that we can make money off this. We can just take that off. I mean, I'm just saying it's speculation, but they're paying for it. You're not getting it for free. Put it that way. And you got it for free all that time. And now you're paying for it. And they're said to give you more choices. Wouldn't you have more choices if they kept it on the system? Instead you have to pay for that choice? That's a paid choice. Sony removed the optical drive from the PS5 to give players more choices, allowing them to purchase a separate disc drive if they wanted to play physical games. While also publishers toward a fully digital gaming experience by making the Pro model solely digital only because of default strategy. Just okay, so it's cheaper. It's cheap. It's cheaper in a way for them because they don't have to press to a physical disc. Mind you, disc costs money. That costs money. Everything, the casing costs money. All that stuff costs money. To print out the booklets, all that stuff costs money. So mind you, they're saving a ton of money if it's digital. Because again, there's no more CD. There's no more case. No more covers. None of that. All that stuff costs money. They're going to save a ton of money off of that. They're going to see the business part of that, of making it digital only. But to say that you're getting more choices, technically you're not getting much more choices when you had more choices to begin with when the system first came out. Anyone ever scratched their head on this? Fanboys! Did you look at this correctly? Did you understand this? They want to give you more choices. You've had more choices since the PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4. That means literally over there on the PS4, I have more choices than yours because I'm not paying for my other choice. You are now paying for your other choice. If you want the other choice, you will pay for that per choice. That's messed up. But keep in mind when I told you that digital download is going to become the future. You know why? Because companies will save a ton of money not printing out, buying for the cases cost money. I get them for free. The labels and all that stuff, get that all as cost money at the end of the day. The disc itself to press it to, that costs money. And that means they don't have to pay for any of that anymore because it's all digital. So they're going to save money. Which means they're not going to bother with disc anymore. But till then, so they can milk it and get as much money as they possibly can, you will pay for the other option. Because you could have got it for free. I don't know why you couldn't have got it for free. It baffles me why you didn't get it for free. You should have got it for free. I can see about paying for the stand because you were paying for the stand since the PS2. You were paying for the stand. Where people got up there and said, "Well, we got to pay for the stand." That's new. No, you were in the PS2 system. You paid for the stand. So with that being said, that's a given. You want to pay for the stand either way. But the optical drive? Are you freaking kidding me? You literally should have got that for free. And now if you think the PS6 is going to come with an optical drive, no, it's not going to come with optical drive. Because see, fanboys don't understand the business part of it. Not saying, we say super fanboys, not the other fanboys, because they understand. But super fanboys that really are blinded, who don't understand how business works, they're saving money. Because that means that they can put a digital download in that system. That means no more disc. which cost them a lot of money. Millions and millions and millions. It adds up. You think about just one disc. Imagine millions of these. All right? Imagine millions of cases, millions of labels. All that adds up to a lot of money. So keep in mind, they're able to eliminate all that. Think how much money they'll be able to save. That's why your optical drive is not coming over on the PS6. They're getting you ready for impact. That's why they removed it. To let you know that this is a digital system. Optional, you can add on it, but their future system is going to be digital only. And it was. The first one, too, that came up under PS5, everybody thought the one with the disc was the future one. No, it's actually the PS digital one. The one was digital for $400. That was your future system. I know when fanboys, when we have to correct them at the end of the day, they get so mad. They go, oh my goodness, he's right. Yeah, I am right. I'm definitely right. Because if the future was basically physical disc, it would have been on the PS5 Pro. And you wouldn't be paying for it. Just like you didn't pay for the first one, PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, you didn't pay for any disc. PS5 Pro, didn't you have to pay for the disc either. And then the PS5, you didn't have to pay for the disc. PS5 Pro, you pay for the disc. Because they're not going to add that thing on there. And when people, and then fanboys contact me, they go, well, how come? How come? They got to support the disc costs money. It costs so much money for that. And they can eliminate it now and never use it ever again and just go digital only. It will save them a ton of money. That means developers can design the game and set it up and boom, there you go. You have it right there. It have pre-orders and everything. You go to your system, look in there. It says pre-orders, what games are coming out. You can go in there and click and pre-order the game. And then right from there you go. No physical disc. Save money. It's a company at the end of the day. They're in the business to save money and make more money. So again, bye-bye disc. Bye-bye. It's just gone. It's floating away. It's somewhere over there. It's gone. Bye-bye disc. Bye. See you later. And it's going to go. It's going to disappear. You're not going to get it in the PS6. Because what's the point? Unless you're going to turn around and this would be so backwards. Imagine if the PS6 comes out and it's optional. You can have mind you, this is going to be this. You have to understand the concept of this, right? The PS5 Pro, right? The games that they have for the PS5 Pro, did they have any special games that came out for the PS5 Pro, like a different casing color that was strictly for that system, only played on that system? Did they do that? A special disc and all that? You know how much money that would have cost them at the end of the day to make a whole separate library of games for that system, especially when they got a next gen behind it? That'd have cost them so much money. It'd have been so much easier to just basically go in and make a digital system, because all they would have to do is for you to upgrade, all you'd have to do is go in and click that little button or whatever they have in there for you guys and automatically optimize your system to play better. That's it, because it's digital. Instead of you going out and buying a whole separate disc. That means they have to spend so much money to go in and buy millions of these PS5 Pro cases, say PS5 Pro only, and have a separate disc for that and all. That would cost them so much money. So it would be much cheaper to make the entire system digital, and then that way you can just go in there, download the game, hit the option, and automatically optimize your system if you have that equipment for the PS5 Pro. You know how much money would it cost them if they did it the other way around? Because I'm sitting there thinking like, okay, they got all this high-end upgrade hardware in here. How in the world are they going to make this thing compatible and even look better than the previous system of the PS5? Are they going to make a whole new library of games? Because that's literally what they were hitting for. No, they made it digital. That's why, because it makes it easier for you to be able to go in and upgrade your system to actually match the hardware, be able to use the hardware much better. So with that being said, the fact that they made the system digital to begin with, they're not going to bet on physical anymore. Your new system come out, they do bring it out, it's not going to be attached to it in any way whatsoever. And again, it would be stupid to go down that road either way, because it's going to cost them so much money to do that. Because when the PS6 comes out, the PS6 is a whole separate system. It's not a PS5. It's not a PS5 Pro. It is a PS6, which means it's going to have a whole different format on how those games are going to play. And that means it's going to require a different library. Because you got to have a new lineup for it. You can't take the old games from this system and put them on that system. What's the point? Because that'd be pretty cheesy if they do it that way. That'd be really cheesy. They got to come up with a whole library of games. And this whole library of games is going to play in a whole different format. They're not going to play the same way. What's the point of going out and buying a PS5 Pro and buy a PS6 if they're both the same machines? One costs more than the other. Might as stick with the PS5 Pro. So it is going to be a whole new different machine for the PS6. And with that being said, instead of them going out and just building a whole new library that would cost them a lot of money to do, they can just make it all digital and save them a ton of money. Your system's going to be digital. Welcome to the world of digital. Welcome to the world of digital. Those you've already accepted, how you doing? And those you can't accept it, you're going to have to. You ain't got a choice. You're going to go DRM. You're going to be all digital only. That's what you're going to be. And it's a good thing to be all digital. In a way, it's not. Because you can't basically collect games anymore, because that sucks at the end of the day. And really, I think they got that whole house sharing thing, or you got some share. I don't know the share process you have when you're in, but we have a whole thing. Everybody's on the same account. Everybody can play the same games as long as they're on the same account. So yeah, multiple people can play this thing. Other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. When this jumps on, like if I want to share my account with like maybe 8 people in the house, then that means I have to go and I have to put my password information in, because I have to show that even though the piece, this is showing up on a new account, I have to basically verify it's me. That's it. So I have to put my information in, and then they can play on my account. Because sharing is caring, and caring is sharing. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. So basically, no, you're definitely going to go digital. You're definitely going to be digital soon. You're already digital now, but you're going to be definitely 100%. Completely digital. It's just so much cheaper, man. Digital games are so much cheaper than physical games. Is it cheaper? Cheaper. Cheaper. You know, I find cheaper games. Not that. Okay. For companies to do digital games than physical games, it's much cheaper for the company. Yes. This is basic common sense. The fact that I have to dig this up scares me sometimes. It's basic common sense. Those of you who weren't around in the cartridge era, you know how much money it costs to press a cartridge? A cartridge was extremely expensive to press to. Of course, you're going to go farther back than that, we go floppy disks. Because I was around floppy disk too. But anyway, a cartridge was far more expensive. You had a floppy disk, hard disk, you know. I was running an era. But anyway, a cartridge was so much more expensive. That's why the N64 cartridges, Neo Geo, all those cartridges were super expensive back then. But what you paid for in games today, that's what cartridges cost back then. They were $60, $70. And freaking N64, don't get me started on them. They had freaking $80, $90, $100 cartridges. A lot of you not, they did. If you were to get it used, it would be the same price your cartridges right now, brand new. That's how much N64 cartridges cost. They were expensive. So, at that particular time, we didn't consider it be expensive, because cartridge was just expensive, period. You're just used to it. So a cartridge costs more money to press to. Now, when the CDs came out, CDs were much cheaper. Crystal clear, better graphics, more visual, and all that cool stuff. So, CD was much cheaper to do. But if you look at it, CD costs as much as cartridge costs. If you look at it, they do. You literally spend $70 for a game. We pay the same thing you guys pay over there. Sometimes we have like better deals because we have sales and stuff. But when a new game comes out, guess what? We pay for the same thing you guys do. The same thing. Same thing. We get the same price we got to pay for. If it's a big hit title, we're going to pay that money out. What is it, one of Forza? They want freaking like almost $70 for Forza. It's $59. Same price. Oh, Mech Warrior. That's what's $50, but still. That's free. Let me see. Dragon Ball Z. Freaking, they want freaking, charge us freaking, $69. You can see that. I'm sorry, so it's kind of blurred there, but yeah, 69. Here we go, $69. You can see that. $69. That's $70 for a digital. And that's another thing too. I got a problem with too, right there from the door. That how in the world that it's supposed to be cheaper? Cartridge, I understand, was expensive to press, but still, you can spend $70 to $80. Some of these games are like $100. So $70, $80 for a game that's free. For a game that is supposed to be cheaper because it's on disc. And now, if you're doing digital, where there's no disc involved, they said in the day, well, the reason why it costs so much money because you have to pay for the disc and everything, the labor and all that stuff. That's what you're paying for, really, for all that at the end of the day, right? But the digital doesn't require all that. The digital doesn't require a press to a disc. It doesn't require casing. It doesn't require booklets. It doesn't require any form of printed design on the label. So it should be much cheaper. So why the freak am I paying $70 for a digital download? You pay more. You go to freaking Amazon. You go to Amazon Prime. Now, you can buy movies in there. But it's cheaper to download them. They're much cheaper. Even cheaper if you're streaming them. Because you're just using them for that one day. So digital is supposed to be cheaper. So our games are supposed to be much cheaper. Now, I'm not talking because, PC doesn't pay. No, everybody pays that. Everybody. We pay it. You pay it. Everybody pays it. That's one thing we all have in common. We all pay that money for those games. It's supposed to be cheaper when it's digital because the CD and all that's not involved. This game will cost me like, the one of the games I saw, Dragon Ball, is like $70. That is freaking crazy when it's a digital download. Tell me where the work comes in that to basically press this to anything. You're not pressing anything. It's downloaded into your system. So it should be cheaper. Our game should be far cheaper. I looked at that, I was like, how in the freak is that even possible? How in the world are we paying this much money? Look at this mess, man. That's $69.99. Are you kidding me? Have you seen what they cost for this game inside of here? Look at this. You think it's... Look at this nonsense. What the freak? Like, come on, really? A game? This is like Neo Geo territory right there. This is digital. This is all freaking digital. Are you kidding me? And they're paying, we can pay for that. We can pay that much for a game. I've seen games on freaking console cost that kind of money. Certain special edition will cost that much money. Oh man, they're getting over. They're getting on so many levels. It's not even funny. There's no way well. A digital download should ever cost that kind of money. You have a conversation. I'm like, okay, so what are we paying for here? Because again, you guys made the claim that you have to pay for the cartridge and all that stuff and the machinery to press that on, and then with the disc, you press it onto a disc and all that stuff. We pay for all that. Okay, I understand all that. What are we paying for in digital? You guys are getting paid off the game anyway because we buy them, so you get paid off the revenue from the game. You can't say it's for your monthly subscription because again, I can see we probably get charged back because we don't pay anything, so I can see where that may come from. But you guys pay for a monthly subscription, so can't say that because that's what pays for that. So what are we paying for in digital? So I guarantee you, watch. You're already seeing it already. You've seen it on your system already. Go to your marketplace. Go in and look at the new games that are coming out. Look at the price that they want for them. Digital download costs just as much as a physical disc. At least with the physical disc, I got a game that I can play anytime I want to, even if it's offline or online, and it's mine because it does feel more like it's mine. No, these games do not feel like they're mine. Even though I bought them, they don't feel like they're mine because I don't have the physical copy in my hand. That's what one part I don't like about the whole digital. It's not mine. I have a collection of games. Those are my games. This doesn't feel like these are my games. I feel like I'm renting these things even though I bought the games. And even worse, like I said, if you don't pay for, you're paying for online subscription through one of these companies at the end of the day, they're not even your games. Really not even games. At least at the end of the day, I mean, no. Honestly, I go through the same fate you will go through. If Steam goes down, say Steam decides to stop doing this, that's all my library, everything, all my games gone. Just like that, gone. And if you guys with Xbox or PlayStation, the same thing. If they decide to drop their servers and stuff, that's all your games gone. Yeah. But if you had the physical disc, even if they drop the servers, it doesn't make it. You have the physical disc. You can still play the games. I'm still playing games on my Dreamcast. I'm still playing games on my Xbox. I'm still playing games on my GameCube. You know why? I have the physical disc. But if I didn't have the physical disc and everything in that system, they're all downloadable systems, Those are all my games gone. All the games I paid for. Oh, that's jacked up when you really think about it on that level. Man, that would be messed up. You got to think about that. That's huge. But you know, we're gonna do digital either way. That is pretty messed up when you think about it. Now I see why people are fighting that so hard. I didn't really think about that until the end of the day. Imagine all my games from every last collection I got. Every single one of them was all digital download. Yeah. I'm not talking about disconnect. I'm talking about shutting the server down completely where the game no longer has any support. That part is messed up. So yeah, I would have lost my entire library for every game I would have purchased on those systems if they did a digital download on those systems. You need the physical disc. You have to have the physical disc. We don't have to worry about them getting scratched up or damaged or anything, but games do freeze online. Went through that a couple of times. But anyway, still, that physical disc is important. Oh well, welcome to the future. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Because every system's going to do the same thing. Apple's going to be digital download. You know that, right? $59 for Dragon Quest. Download. That's a freaking download. I paid $60 for this game. I'm just going to wait a while for going on sale and just get it for like cheap on Steam. Submarine Below Zero. Ooh. I'm getting some of these water games. Oh, by the way, I want you to hear this real quick. Is it on here? Bam, 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 bam. Soccer. I had a friend of mine played soccer. I was like, why? Why? There's no. We just mess with them all the time. I know it's a good game. Don't get me wrong. I'm not busting people play soccer, but we just mess with them. Like, where's the graphics at, man? Where's the graphics? Like, I can see the difference between the jump between PS1 and now. I can see that. But now, when you play the next one that comes out, like, what did you change the grass? They make it higher. They make it shorter. Like, how do you even know? This is interesting. Xbox. It's an Xbox game. There are Xbox games all over. And there's also 2 PlayStation games on here, too. Yep, Sony game. Only games we don't have on here is Nintendo. Yeah, because they were smart. They didn't lease their games out to anybody else. So if you want to play their games, you had to go play their games on their system. See, Sonic. All the Sonic's on every system. I remember when Sonic was only on Sega only. You couldn't go any place else to get it but there. Ah, man. This is a Warhammer Freak Speed. See, I told you. There is so many versions of freaking Warhammer on here. It's not even funny. They got something called Warhammer Freak Speed, and it's free to play. So you get to ride around in cars and destroy people online. Let me see that for a minute. Hold on. Oh, yeah. I'm downloading this. Playing this tonight. Warhammer Freak Speed. Let me see something for a minute. Pause this for a minute. Warhammer Freak Speed on PS5. I should have it. You'll have just about everything we have. See, told you. You know why? Because the franchise of Warhammer started on PC before it started on console. That's where it came from. It came from PC first. When we had people, I remember I had this Warhammer and somebody was busting me like, oh, you can't play Warhammer on your PS4. I can play it on my PC. I can actually, there's more versions of Warhammer than there is on PC. They gave you a couple games. We got all of them. So if you're a big fan of Warhammer, go pop on Steam, go check out and type in Warhammer and use it till your jaw will drop to the ground like, oh shoot. But this right here, Warhammer, Speed Freaks, free to play, multiplayer, racing game, not available. Y'all don't get it. We get it. developers most likely would rather develop for a PC than basically a console. Not trying to be rude, it's just more to work with. That's all. So yeah, and I'm gonna go grab that right now because it's free. And I'm going online and try somebody. I'm gonna put my wish list for where's it free at? Free to play, yeah. Add that to my library, and I'm getting that one too. Kaboom! And it worked with my controller. Going online, trashing someone's car because I can do it. Trash your car. Probably get my car trashed in the process too. All right, definitely do that. All right, people. Ain't much really we can do. Just checking what the power supply. Just nickeling it, man. Because again, can't build anything until we get the case, until we get the paint equipment in here. Because we have to paint everything. Which I gotta figure out how to get time to do that. Because I got demonstrations to do. Let me see. Where is my cardboard stand? Somebody said that I am too broke to have a stand. Due to the fact that I am broke and I can only afford my cardboard stand. I'm so broke. Yeah, somebody ranked on my cardboard stand, you know. You're so man, why you have a cardboard stand? I have a stand because cardboard stands. I like my cardboard stand. I do. I really like my cardboard stand. And I actually want to build me another one. Actually better than this. So see what I can do. So I always have to figure out how to do things basically myself. I don't like to depend on stuff. If I can build it, I'd rather build it myself. Just like the submarine, if I want to buy a submarine, buy a submarine. If I don't, build one. At least now I know how to build one. I can build as many as I want, as many bottles as I want. Because these right here are cheap. So I'm going to build different, I'm thinking I should build different structures of submarines and stuff. You know what I mean? Put them up on a model and put them with my own glass. That'd be pretty cool. Like, where'd you get that? I built these myself. Their own nuclear submarines. Yes. All right, let me come over here real quick. I want to do this here. I gotta get out of here. I got some stuff I gotta do today. Okay. Hey! Everyone Saturday Night Live, and they had a guy called, oh man, I keep forgetting, something Jones. Tracy Morgan plays him. Astronaut Jones. Oh man, that's my shot right there. I like the song. It's an old one. They don't do them anymore, but yeah, that's my old one back in the day. Yeah, I don't know. Wait, we're not on here, are we? Oh, we are on here. Hold on. Oh. Where is my... Alright, look at that funny in there. That's you. Where is this one? Oh, there. Okay, look, come out. The minute the projector comes on, he comes running out. He has to stand in front of the screen and pose. Ain't he a cartoon? He is definitely a cartoon at the end of the day. You cartoon. You cartoon. Commercials on top of commercials. You can see his foot. They can't see you, weirdo. They're gonna clean themselves. That's why his foot's in there. Hey, cut that out. No, camera. Get away from there. Stop doing that. See? Mr. Lee, just to add this in here real quick, if you had a real black technology, you would be able to do this. That's what real black technology does. See? Fully lit environment. Meters don't read in here at all, period. They don't pick up. I guarantee you had a very high-end, expensive projector in your demonstration. I'm pretty sure you don't have what I have in here. I got a $10 projector in here. That's all we're using, 720p. Next time, you feel the need to come to my YouTube channel and talk trash, make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. Now you got yourself a whole lot of mess to deal with and you're just painting yourself into a very, very small, tight corner. Even my customers' demonstrations are better than yours. At least they're outside. I'm just going to leave this here for you. You can get a look at real technology and see what it looks like. Challenge the person who invented the black technology, please. As a matter of fact, we're going to go to court for that title, too, on top of that, for these certified screens. They're going to buck wild and claiming they had it first. Look how amazing that looks. Hey. It's interesting. I've come out here. I have crushed the individuals who tried to challenge my company at the end of the day. I'm developing new technology for overseas customers and getting them ready. And at the same time, we're getting ready to build a big wall over here, get this thing done, get the projectors in, start getting our brochures and everything set up for the next stage. And I can come out here and someone just comes to my channel. You have to do this all the time. You come to my channel talking trash. And then we basically put you in that situation. Now you're mad at us. I'm going to call my phone crying and carrying on about this, that, and the other. You don't believe in basically backing yourself up, do you? And yet I can come in after doing this demonstration on this over here and do this. Even against black paint. Oh, by the way, every time I do this, he's got to do it too, on gray. And also, I've requested for the other guy, Mr. Lee, to do this also too, outside 12 noon on a sunny day. Since you do it at .85, you should be able to do that with no problem whatsoever. This is why you don't back up things that people can't back up themselves. Then you get put into a bad situation. So I know you were doing the demonstration, you try to make his product look good, but now you got yourself into problems, right? So back it up or delete your YouTube channel. You don't want to see the challenges next. You don't want those. I can literally make this a challenge for you. Whoops, there you go, off the screen. But I can literally make this a challenge for you. Do you want those? I don't think you do. So if your screen paint you got from him worked correctly, a black technology should be able to generate in a fully lit environment with no problem whatsoever. Because they can absorb a ton of light. That's why they have that capability. What you showed in your demonstration was nothing. It's like every other demonstration I've ever seen on a black screen claiming to be black. Your screen's gray. All you have to do is go in and slow down the settings and just watch the transition screen trans over, and you will automatically see your screen change to its true color, which is gray. I see gray screens do it all the time. They try to make themselves look like they're doing black, especially in the dark. You can't hide that. There's nowhere to hide that. When that transition comes in, and that screen changes over, it flashes just for a split second that you can see the screen go back to its original form, and then it changes over to the next one. You can't hide it. So that's why you were in the dark doing an OLED demonstration, because your screen was coming up gray. Like I said. See that nice black popping up? So the colors pop, how vivid they are. So that's that. I've seen you before. I've seen him before. He comes on my channel from time to time running his mouth. I ignore you. Don't you wish I would have ignored you today? See? That's what I said. You don't want my time. You really don't. I bet you wish I ignored you today. Now, since you had that product, I got a lot of questions to ask you, and a lot of questions I will ask you. You want to block me from being on your page asking you simple questions? Then I'll have other people come to your page and ask you questions. You'll get the answer sooner or later. Someone's going to tell us one way or another whether we're going to be on YouTube or in a courtroom what this range game nonsense is going to be. We're not going to let that go, ever. Till we get into a courtroom, I want to hear him out of his mouth say it's a fake. I said before, next time you challenge my company, make sure your stuff is tested. Make sure you know what you're doing 100%. Because if we find a flaw in you, it is lights out. Ooh, I like this whole setup here. For some reason, this projector, this one here, looks like it gives it a 235.1, but it's not actually 235.1. It's too short for 235.1. But it kind of gives off that vibe of 235.1. Oh, by the way, we're about 9 or 10 feet back from the screen because now we're not here anymore. We're way back here where the desk is at. I thought it'd be fun to do it from way back here. I can actually push it back to this wall and still hit the screen and still pull up with no problem. Mind you, all this light we have here is definitely going to affect my projector, but as you can see, the screen looks nice and bright. I think I'm going to pull my chair back a little farther and see how far we can fill this thing up. Now, I know that when we come out of this, our size is exactly the size if I'm doing 16:9 in this. Ooh, let's pause it right there. I like this one right here. Boom. Look at that. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, again, I'm going to wait 3 days. If I don't get my answer in 3 days, then again, it is what it is. You have a fake product, it doesn't work. They use you as a hype customer to go in and basically advertise a product that you knew didn't even work right correctly. That's why you're in the dark. And that means my theory is right. Unless you can back it up. After that, I move on. I have nothing else to do. I'm good. I got other things I have to do. I'm done with you. That's it. But if I catch you on my channel again, I'll give you challenges that you can't even do. And I'll put you on blast on a level you don't even want to be on. Trust me. And then you'd be like the other guy, Phantom HD, when we did to him. When he ran his mouth about the valve projector. Please, come on. I do my research, people. I can't say it enough. Stay in your freaking lane. That's it. It's so simple. Just stay in your lane. Every time we turn around, we got some bonehead that wants to come in and challenge my technology and do some freaking stupid video on something that's not even properly tested correctly and come at me and go, oh, look at the same thing you got. You should be afraid. I'm going to take your product out. No one's going to buy your stuff anymore. I come here and crush you guys so badly. I got you crying on receipts. Removing 13 million people out of... You can't even do business with the 13 million people in Pennsylvania. They don't even know you. And they know they can't buy your stuff at the end of the day because you're afraid of us. Gee whiz, man. You guys keep this up. I'm going to start making trophies. I am not joking. I will literally go to a trophy shop and start making trophies on you. So when I have one on display, what's those trophies for? Oh, these are the projection screen companies we beat the crap out of. Jeez. Nothing. Stay in your lane. That's it. I don't go hunting for you. Stay in your lane. I'm defending my company. If you come and say something about my company, you think I'm not going to show up? I'm going to show up. Unlike you guys that can't answer a freaking email when we send it out to you. It's your product at the end of the day. I'm not sitting here harassing you, talking about your family or anything. I'm asking you something about your product. You can't answer me back on something that's your product at the end of the day. It's your stuff. Oh my goodness, man. Can you imagine bumping this guy at a trade show and someone asks him what range gain is? What are you going to do? You're going to pretend your wife's calling? Oh, my wife's calling. I got to go. And run out the door, leave all your equipment in there behind, just drive off and leave everything there? How are you going to explain that nonsense? Range gain. Dumbest thing I've ever in my entire life. The customer sitting there with a black screen in a dark environment the entire time. Gee whiz Louise. Send that stuff to one of my customers, see what happens. Yeah, they'll definitely put it to work. Take that thing outside, they will. They did it to my product. Why not? We can go outside. That's what we do. Can't put black paint up there. If he puts any kind of black household paint, you know what's going to happen? The black paint's going to pull the better star field. That's what's going to happen. It'll repeat the same process. You can't take it outside. It's not going to produce. It has a hard time producing inside. And again, the screen's gray. It's not going to work. That's why he's in there with a black screen, claiming it to be a black screen, but he's in a dark environment. Jeez. That's when I first saw the demonstration. I was like, why is the environment so dark for a black screen? Like, yeah, no. Okay, snow screensaver. Jeez. There's nothing right. They always cheat. And every demonstration, all we do is cheat. Nobody does anything great. Let's go cheat off this. There's some tape for this. Some of it there's some tape for this. But this can stay up there better instead of falling off. Everybody's got to cheat. Can't do anything right by the book. Next time you show me a demonstration of a white screen and a white background, make sure you do one of these, okay? And do it at 1,000 lumens, because I can drop this back at 1,000, which I'm going to do today anyway for fun, on this black surface. And then make sure the area is fully lit, and make sure the screen is actually black. Because you can't pass this test unless that screen's black, which means you're going to show us a star field first in a fully lit environment. And then you're going to do the white levels. Make sure your screen is actually black. Mind you, when you do a paint versus paint demonstration, you have to do a pour out, which means you have to see both paints side by side. Any company's going to request it. To make sure your product is black paint. People will cheat and make their screens actually gray or kind of a really dark gray. They try to pass it off like a black screen to maintain their white levels. So they request you to do a pour out, which means they'll take black paint, they'll pour it into a puddle, and they'll have to ask you to put your paint on top of it to make sure it matches. You have no idea what you're in for. If you walk into, if any one of these companies invite you to come over, you have no idea what you're going to be setting yourself up for. You got to make sure your stuff works. They don't want to hear some stuff. Oh, it'll look better once we calibrate it. No, I'm not even trying to hear that at the end of the day. He was being very nice. That creature was being very nice. Honestly, he could have turned all those lights on in that environment. He didn't. He already knew the screen wasn't working well. So he was being very nice about it. You know how much they paid for those projectors, and the projectors are very expensive, what they have in there, and you're going to say it will look better once we calibrate it. And in the comparison, this screen is sitting in a dark environment, and that white screen is sitting there taking in all that light, and you're saying, oh, there's a big difference. What the frick are you talking about? Your screen's sitting in a dark environment. You know what I'm talking about? Sitting in a dark environment. This man knows this. This is the reason why he had you come in here. Because he had the screen sitting in a dark environment. He's trying to get out of the dark environment, not be in the dark environment. We know what we're talking about, right? Okay. So you know that. That's the purpose of him having you paint the screens, so that way he can get the screens out of a dark environment what he's going through with the white screens. You sitting there on a dark side of the church talking about, oh, there's an improvement there. No. He's still in the dark. You're in the dark. He's trying to get out of the dark. He's trying to be in a fully lit environment. That's what you're supposed to offer him, and with the picture intact, which you did not do at all. And he knew it. And even you knew the picture was ugly and was messed up and was distorted, was discolored, because you sat there and said, it'll get better once we calibrate the projector. Which means you had to calibrate a projector to try to make your image look somewhat decent because the screen paint itself wasn't working. What are you going to say? I'm making that up? I'm not making it up. It's right in the video. It's right in my video. If you try to delete the video, we have a copy of it. It says it right there. Calibrate. You have lost your mind. We don't calibrate. We calibrate nothing. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Charles correctly, that's what that fake demonstrations. Don't do anything correctly at all. Fake every demonstration they get themselves in. This is where you're at, Mr. Lee, in a dark environment, sitting up there trying to show off a black screen's contrast levels. That is so sad at the end of the day. Literally sitting in the dark with a black screen. Only time we sit in the dark with these things is we're showing the difference between a splatter demonstration, if we show the technology next to a white surface and splatter with our technology, or black paint or fabric or whatever. Did you show a color level in your demonstration? No, you did not. You failed to show that one too. Slow color changer. You did low color changer? No. Sorry. Color changer. Like I said, I'll let this go. But next time, I'll duplicate your video and show you how it's done. Jeez, unbelievable. No, other one. There we go. Should be able to do that with the lights on. Easy. Easy. Splatter screen. Your screen was actually black, you could do this. Fully lit environment. Very easy. Starfield screensaver. Notice that the stand is black, floor is black, screen's black. The fact that you had to be in the dark to show that black level, the contrast level shows again your screen wasn't reading. This is the color of your screen. I got one here, I got a separate sheet, but the same color your screen is. Certified screen. It's the same color your screen is. Now, these are these screens, not these screens, these are daylight screens. So you don't know your gains, 0.8. That means your gain is higher than this screen. This is a parallax by daylight. Your gain is literally higher than that. And that's a gunmetal. So, no, you don't have a gain higher than that. That would be around almost the Frankenstein. That's UV. I know, I made your stuff. So we're going to go pick up some tape. So we can do some demonstrations to show you that these screens, being your dark gray screen, does not match our technology. Your screen's dark gray. Not even that. From what I've seen already from the demonstration with Wake, it wasn't even gray. It was kind of like a dark mid-gray. That's what you were coming up as. So that proves my theory right there too. On top of that, that when I said your screen was gray, and it came up gray multiple times in the demonstrations, and the other two came in and tried to paint it darker, black. You painted it black too, when you basically edited the drying time. It shows that the customer who has your screen in the UK, Mr. Lee, also was displaying their screen. Again, when you do the slow down, the screen changes to the next transition image. It shows the actual color of your screen. And your screen came up gray, just like the other one did. And that's why you can't sell the product, because the screen comes up gray, it doesn't come up black. So what are you going to do? How are you going to sell it? You can't sell it. It's gray. It's not a black paint. So how are you going to plan to sell it? You're going to get one of those Men in Black pens and go into your customer houses and just brainwash them that you're actually seeing a black screen. How would that even work? You can't sell that. Even the review showed it was gray. I don't know. Do you know what color gray is? Let me help you. Let me get you a gray screen so you can understand the difference between gray and black. Because I don't know how you get that mixed up. One person called themselves making their screen paint, it kept coming up gray. Do you actually know what black looks like? Even the other one came up with a gray screen. He had a 4,000 lumen Epson projector, at least probably 3 feet from a screen that was roughly 2 feet by 3 feet. Do you know what black is? Gray screen. That's gray. It's not black. See that? See my cabinet? See how it's not matching my cabinet? See the screen that's not being hit with it is actually gray. You see that? Let me blow this up so they can get a better understanding, because I don't think they know colors. You learn this in school. They teach you this one. Now, look at the outside of my screen. This is not for customers, for anybody else. It's for them to understand. But for some reason, every time they do a demonstration, their screens always come up gray, and they keep saying it's black. I want you to look at that. What color is my cabinet? My cabinet's black. My side of my screen is black. The floor is black, right? That's all black. Now, the screen that's being displayed, that's gray. So what you're showing in your demonstrations is not a black screen. You're showing a gray screen. That's what you're showing. Now, for everybody else in the room, we all know there are colors at the end of the day. We do. But I had to explain it to them, because for some reason they get that one mixed up. You have a gray screen. The Series C is a gray screen, not black. I'm going to show you something. It's going to be a bit of an eye-opener. All right? Now, I'm going to take this black paint. I'm going to stick this right here. Right? It's everyday black paint, right? Put that right there for me, okay? Now, the black paint I put up there, what color is it? It's black, right? All right then. This is what happened to your screen in your demonstration. You were showing off a gray screen the entire time. Even though you knew, and everybody else knew in your circle was gray, you try to convince everybody on YouTube that it was black. Which you lied to everybody on YouTube about a number of things about your product. All right then. So, what do you see here? You see that's actual black. You see our screen? It's black. Do you see the black paint? It's black. Do you see the cabinet? It's black. Okay, that black paint there doesn't match our technology. Now, if you take a screen, here we go. Now, if you got a gray screen and you basically claimed it to be black, if you put any black surface against it, any black surface is going to see the infinity level. Whether it be black paint, black plastic, fabric, doesn't make a difference what it is. It's going to be able to read the infinity 1. The difference between another black surface and the next black surface is the white levels. Let me help you out with that too. Man, it does not like my screen at all, period. It doesn't like the other screen. We gotta get some better tape for it. It does not want to stay up there. Well, we need you to stay up there and be good. That's the deal. Where's the deal? Alright, gotta do this demonstration to get this thing. I got things to do. But we need to explain. Everybody else, this is not for you. I'm not explaining to you, but I know you already know already. It's to explain to these individuals. And I gotta mention them. Jamie, Partey, and Lee. So you can understand it, and McAfee. It's for you guys, because you guys, for some reason, are colorblind. All right, now, you see that right there? Okay, so we're going to go in, and we're going to ask for a snow screensaver, okay? So let's go get snow. Here we go. 4K snow screensaver. Now, this demonstration right here, when we go into a courtroom, is going to mean the difference of you walking out of there and not in handcuffs or walking out of there completely broke with not a dime to your name. Now, and this is a demonstration you did, right? When your screen came up gray. Now, in order for our product, if it came up that dark, it would have a problem being able to blend in. If it came up just as dark as that paint over there, that house paint, which doesn't have our coating in it. If it had our coating in it, it would be able to blend into that white level or be able to produce a really high white level, as it's going to do in a few minutes. And if it doesn't have our coating into it, then it means it's going to come up dirty, and you're going to see it come up like a black spot on the screen. You need to get a lawyer really quick. Really quick. Because when I get done with you in that courtroom, you won't have a dime to your name. When I tell you the starting point of our lawsuits are millions of dollars, I'm not joking, gentlemen. You committed fraud against my business. I am listening to the judge to give you anywhere from 30 to 50 years in jail. That's just for the fraud alone, not for the rest of the stuff. And when I mean the lawsuits are going to be insane, we're talking about millions and millions of dollars you're going to be hit with. You don't have enough to cover what we're going to hit you with. Do you see what I just showed you right there in that demonstration? That's a splatter screen that's coated with our technology. It reads a higher white level than that black paint. And the screen sitting next to it is also black technology. The same thing as on the splatter. Also reading the same high white level. So what you had in your demonstration wasn't my product. What you had in your demonstration was black paint, and you laid it against your screen. The only difference is that black paint, whatever it is, beat your screen because it pulled a star field. But every place else, it showed up dark and dirty, which you try to claim it to be my product. And Mr. McAfee, you did mention my name in the video, right? So again, I hope you got about $8 or $9 million laying around, because we're going to hit you with everything we got, and it's going to be very expensive, buddy. 8 or 9 million. It's going to be up there. I plan to do this in court, so you know. So you see what's coming. All right. Fun. Try to, then the day, try to make my products look like something that they're not. Look at that. Interesting, isn't it? Yep. I understand. See? Now, gentlemen, we know you don't have the money. I know that. We know you don't have $9-10 million. You don't have it. But the lawyers are going to ask for it, and the judge is going to reward it to us. So I don't care how you get it. You know, we have to wipe out everything you got. I don't care. We have to bring claim adjusters or whatever we got to get them today. I don't care. We got to get debt collectors, whatever. We're going to get our money, every cent of it. I'm going to get it all, everything. You just see what I just showed you in that demonstration? You know, we know how you had black paint in there. You took my container, you put my label on it, and the other one had some little container he had spreading down on the surface. At the end of the day, doing that nonsense. Jamie's found in that video also too. And Jamie started this whole nonsense to begin with. And Jamie, your lawsuit is way over the $1 million mark. It is up there. You don't have the money to pay me at all. But you will. I'll have you working in prison for it when I get done with you. You'll get a job in prison. Anything you make will come straight to me. You think I'm joking? I'm not playing with you. I can basically take a cut out of everything you get. You win the lottery, it's mine. You get an inheritance, it's mine. You're going to be buried under so much debt under my company. Anything that you receive and anything you get will go to me first. I'll get a percentage of it. Heck, it'd be nice if they basically, I would say, spare you the jail time and just have you work for the rest of your life to pay me off. Because you're going to have to. Mind you, we got copyright suits coming through for this guy. This is another half of the lawsuit. This is involved fraud against my business. But it shows you people at the end of the day how jealous some of these people became over my technology. They broke the law to try to take my company out. I can do this all day, gentlemen. I can do these demonstrations all day. I gotta go get that up too. I gotta finish this whole border thing, get that done. I gotta finish the light effect for this one. Gotta put a halo system in. I forgot we're installing halo systems next week too with the halos. I got the halo system to go for this thing up here. I gotta put that done, get that finished. This was my other part of my brain kicking in, like, okay, we got things to do. Enough of this nonsense in the day. You crushed them already. You're done. You're gonna take them to court. We're gonna crush them again. Yeah, you are gonna cry in court, so you know that. You are definitely gonna cry in court when I get done with you. You're in trouble, man. You're in so much trouble. It's not even funny. I can't wait to do this demonstration. Please, I can't wait. You messed up big time. You did. Mr. Lee, if I were you at the end of the day, go disappear. Do your demonstrations. You're still going to do the demonstrations. You're paying yourself in the corner. We're still going to do the demonstrations. If you don't do them, you're going to make them look bad. So you're going to have to do the demonstration. You did a customer review, right? All right, then. You're going to have to do the demonstration. You already popped up on forum sites already, and I'm about to load you to the blacklist. So we're going to wait for you to give you a chance to do the demonstrations first. You got 3 days. When's 3 days from now? I need a phone. We're expecting to have this done. I'm going to repost it in the video, the date that we need to have this done by. Let me see. 3 days from now. Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3. Saturday. You should have all this done by Saturday, which would be the 23rd of November. You should be completed all test demonstrations. I'll be back on your YouTube channel on the 23rd. If you decide to block me from there, I have another account on another company. I'll go in through there. So either way, we'll be there. I want to see the links posted at the bottom. If you decide to do some dumb stuff at the end of the day, it doesn't help you to make a video about me, and that doesn't bother me at all. It just shows at the end of the day you can't do it, and it means even worse. That means he got a customer to try to lie to say his product worked, and that's even worse. He'll be your only witness that the product works. Hope you can get him down in time for court. I doubt he's going to come all the way from England down here to help you. And knowing that he knows that we know that the product doesn't work, he's not even going to show up. So, he's not going to vouch for you. Oh, let's go watch something. I got something I got to do too. I got to get to that right now. I love this. How in the world is this like a 235.1? That is freaking crazy right there. Threatened by my products. Gee whiz Louise. I have no idea what that was about. No, I'm afraid to watch it. Tell you one thing, I'm going to use all this court publicity. Oh, definitely going to use it. Number one, I'm going to be using it for basically to batch number verification. We need that badly. And also, two, basically to use it to get more sales off you. Just to show you how people were so threatened by my product that they were willing to break the law to try to take my company down. I'm going to use that to basically benefit my company. So people buy from me, they're curious why these people hate me so much. And they see why. Our product's better than yours. Let me see. I went to, real quick. Let me grab this. I'm done with this right now. I just show them the difference in colors. That's not for you guys, because you guys know colors. It's not for you guys. When I do that, that's not for you. So I don't want you to feel that I'm insulting your intelligence, because I'm not. It's not for you. It's for people who come on there and say they have a gray screen when actually it's a gray, when they say they have a black screen and it's actual gray. It's for them. It's to help them out, because apparently they don't know colors. There's nothing to do with you guys wearing glasses, because I don't want to wear glasses. I got freaking 20/20, but still. It's basically, I got plenty of people with glasses that know color. You guys just don't know color. It's not the fact that you wear glasses. I think it's the simple fact that you literally just don't know colors. Did you fail that part in school? I think you did. I think the teacher gave you some color. I'm like, what color is this? This is gray. No, it's black. What color is this again? It's gray. No. This is black. Guarantee you. Let me show you something real quick so you can understand this, Mr. Lee, real quick. I gotta go skedaddle. Got things to do. Mind, you got 3 days. 23rd. Your video's not in there. Your video gets posted to a blacklist. Shows that basically you went and you committed fraud. And the fraud that you committed was you went in and you tried to prove and do a demonstration claiming that this product actually worked when you knew technically it didn't. The fact that you had to be in a dark environment to try to show that this screen was producing this heavy contrast level and you had to be in the dark, you lied through the entire review. So what I just gave you is a true review. That's what you'll do. And if you sit there and say, well, there's no way in the world my screen's going to pull up outside, that's an impossible task. Well, your screen has a 0.85 sitting on top of it. So that should be a cakewalk for it. If you stand behind this product 100%, like you said you did, you should easily be to take it outside, do the demonstration that we requested. What's the problem? Or either you believe in him, then if you believe in him and you believe in that product and you stand behind it, then you should have no problem doing the demonstration, right? Okay, then we shouldn't have any problems on that, right? Okay, there we go. Next time you want to support a product, make sure you support a product when somebody can stand behind it, so that way you don't look like an idiot in the process, because that's what he did. He made you look like a complete idiot. So now you're going to have to do it, or basically, I guess, disappear off YouTube. Okay, let me see. That's why when people make a backup stuff, and people say, oh, you back at 100%? All right, then show us if you back at 100%. And they'll start coming up with excuses. Well, you know, so. No. You said you back at 100%. Let's see you back at 100%. That's what we're asking you. Back it. Take it outside. Do the demonstration. And don't forget that black paint, too. And don't forget the star field either. Going to do that, too. I'll drop a link on your site so you know exactly where to find it. We'll be back in 3 days. You basically block my account. I got another account. I'll go in with another company, and I'll go in. It's a real account, not fake. We're going to go in and see if it's there. I'm expecting the post at the bottom. Now he's sitting there thinking at the end of the day, gee whiz, I got myself in some freaking trouble at the end of the day. Yeah. That's what usually happens to most people if they do dumb stuff around us. This is what happens. It's one of the things that happens. You're lucky you're not here in the United States, because then you really have some problems at the end of the day. So let me show you something. Do you see this right here? You call yourself a customer, right? These are my customers. You see where my screen's at? It's not sitting in some dark environment like yours. It's outside. That's the difference, gentlemen, of my customers versus yours. We show demonstrations just like this. My customers go outside with our paint. That's what we love about them. You coach that customer at the end of the day. Of course, he knew what he was doing. And again, because again, he can clearly know the difference between black and gray. I'm pretty sure he knows that. But you coach him by telling him to do it in a dark demonstration so he can put his contrast levels up higher. When technically the screen was gray the whole time. Right? Right. And even he knows the difference between black and gray because the border around his screen is gray, right? So that means that the border around the screen is gray. He saw a completely different screen when he painted yours up. And that's why he did it in the dark. No black screen ever has to be in a dark environment. Look at that. See that? Outside. That's the same demonstration Jamie did on his count in the dark on a 4K projector, ultra short throw. And my customer did it outside On a long throw, 720p Epson. Black screen. You want a matching better challenge? I'll give you that one right there. Nah, what's a waste of my time. Can't do it anyway. All right, I'm gonna put my air cleaner back on. When I finish the rest of my project, when I get to zoning at my paints and get that done. Mr. Lee, you have regretted the day that you contacted me, have you not? You have painted yourself into a corner, so to speak. I expect on the 23rd, on Saturday, at 12 o'clock, I will make a visit to your YouTube channel. If you block that account, I have another one. We'll go in, and I will make sure that we will find, if your videos are not there, when I go through your account, clearly means you have acknowledged that the product was fake and the demonstration you was doing was complete fraud, just to try to make his products look like they were actually workable. Let me explain something to you, gentlemen. You could do all these little scam, little demonstrations, try to get customers or get them to do fake demonstrations for you. But you have to understand, in the long run, you can't sell the product. You know that, right? Because you may be to get him to do a demonstration for you. Mind you, anyone who buys that stuff is going to realize it's not black. It's actually gray. And that means your website is nothing more than a huge PayPal not as described complaint. So if you can't do the black paint, the rest of the products are also fake too, because you can't back up the range gain sitting on top of them. And you say it's rear projection. Oh, I forgot to ask about the rear projection. We'll ask that tomorrow. You got to do rear projection too. I forgot about that. He makes that claim there's a rear projection. I want to see that too. So again, if you can't back any of this stuff up, you're going to get complaints against your account, and customers are going to request their money back. All right. With that being said, I got to go. I got a thing to do. You be safe out there, people. God bless. And again, can't explain it enough. This is why batch numbers are important. And we have to have them. Because you'll have people like that doing rip-off games like that to cheat you out of your money. All right, gotta go, and God bless. Gotta have those batch